everyone. How are you? It's MJ. Welcome to my channel, Reading This Life. Welcome to a 3,000 subscriber Q&A. I hope everyone's doing well. It's so awesome to see so many of you here. And if you're not able to watch the live and you're watching on the replay, hello. We wish you could have been here, but it's great to have you here now. So let's check in and see what's going on. Oh gosh, Daniel is here. Let's do this thing. Book Chat with Pat is hanging out. We've got Courtney from Tangible Reads. Everyone's saying hello, hello. Let's see. Matthew is here. Erie is here. Stephanie is hanging out with us. My buddy Gareth. Hey, what's going on, buddy? Hannah is hanging out with us. Thank you so much. Jim from Jim's Books, Reading and Stuff, checking in. Ginger is here. Monty, how are you? Good to see you. Monty's brand new, everybody. Make sure to check out his channel. I featured him last week in a number episode. And we've got Scout in the house. So great seeing everyone. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through all of the questions that you all posed to me. And we're going to go through, I think, the community tab and then a little video that I put up. And I'm just going to answer them. How's that? As best as I can. As best as I can. All right. We've got Fred popping in. Monty says he's well. Hey, you got it. Pay it forward. Pay it forward. That's what we do here. This is all about community. All right. So let's see where to start. First of all, how's everybody doing? How is everyone doing? It is a pure English countryside March day. It is rainy, foggy, cold. But I know in England it's kind of better. I think Gareth told me that it's actually like nice, but it's very Seattle-like here where I'm at in the Northeast. So I have my phone and I'm going to read the questions off my phone. I was going to actually write them over, but I'm like, why reinvent the wheel? I don't have to do that. All right. So let's see. So let's get into the community tab. Is everyone using their community tabs? You should. You really should. It's wonderful for community engagement. It is also wonderful if you need to post something about what's going on with you. A lot of people use their community tab to say, hey, there's no video today. Hey, you know, I'm under the weather, blah, blah, blah. That's all well and good. And that's a great reason to use the community tab. But you also want to bring your people in. You want to bring your subscribers in. So it's really important to engage with them that way. You know, ask them a question, ask them a poll, quiz them on something. It's just fantastic. My phone is blowing up. Sorry. All right. Let's see. Okay. So we have, oh, it was a video that I did, not a community tab. Okay. Oh, wait, no, I did do something in my community tab. These weeks are like crazy. Okay, here we go. It's so awesome having so many people show up. Why can't I find that? I'm looking for the post where I asked all the questions. Oh, let's see who else popped in. You're watching Three Body Problem, and it's very good. Yes, you did read the book. Someone told me to read the books, but I haven't yet. Beyond Books is here. Good morning. Jim says, I put up AI-generated images from book titles in my community tab so my community can guess the book. Yeah, you do really good with that, Jim. Some of them are super, like, they seem easy, but then some of them are so difficult. Here we go. Okay, it was a poll that I put up. All right. So, Ginger Bibliophile says, what made you switch to BookTube over your other interests? I think for me, switching, I started a fashion channel and it was just vintage fashion. It was vintage designer bags because that was really what I was into deeply when COVID hit with lockdown. I was reading and I just needed something else to occupy my time. And I'm like, you know what? I think I'm going to start doing YouTube. So I started that. And then I realized that it's actually going to get a little expensive because let's face it, buying vintage designer handbags can be pricey if you don't get a good deal. So within my fashion videos, I started seeing booktube videos and I'm like, what is this? And it was the Book Leo and Ruby Granger. Those are the two channels that I first started watching. And then Cindy popped in and I was like, wow, this is insanely crazy and awesome at the same time. So then I talked over my husband and I'm like, you know what? I said, I read a lot of books. Why don't I just talk about them? Let me see if I could get this off the ground. And that's pretty much how it started. Okay. What is a bucket list book you'd love to own, i.e. a first edition, a signed copy, etc.? This is from Pandora's Box. For me, I'm always on the hunt for Alice in Wonderland books. So I would have to say a vintage copy of Alice in Wonderland, probably like a first edition type thing. Just something that has the leather binding with the artwork, with the colors, all of that, just good stuff like that. So I can't buy any books now, but I've seen a few come through. There's one antique book dealer that I follow, and gosh, his collection is just like insane. I would love to take a road trip out to his store, but it would have to be an Alice in Wonderland vintage copy, something beautiful that I don't already have. Let's see. Next question from Pandora's Box. Where is somewhere you'd love to travel? I would really love to travel to, I would like to go to maybe Thailand. Maybe I would love to visit Japan. Like that would be a dream to visit Japan. So I would think something in that part of the world for sure. All right, let's check in. Let's see. Book Chat with Pat says there's a community tab where I put my questions and then you made a video after that. And then wait, I put my questions. Okay, sure. Yay, glad books are cheaper. Yes, they are. Well, they can be. Hey, what's going on, Ollie? Good to see you. Monty, travel, tropical, Maldives, for example. Maldives is nice. Yeah, I would want, my husband would go stir crazy. He can't. He needs things to see and things to do. I would have to have a partner that is okay with just lounging and reading and viewing the ocean and looking at the fish and all that stuff. And he's not that. He's a let's go, let's do something. Da, 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 da. So it has to be like a good balance, I guess. Hey, Brian, what's going on? It's so awesome seeing so many people here. Japan is a really cool place. I prefer the countryside over the big cities. Yeah, I'd love to see it all, really. Awesome. Asia would be so fun. It looks as beautiful. Of course, got to do some book. Yeah, for sure. And yet you persuaded me not to buy an expensive Alice in Wonderland book. Yes, because you found it cheaper somewhere else. It wasn't vintage. That's the key. It wasn't vintage. All right. Next question. Michael Romeo talks books. Stunning achievement, my dear friend. My question is, what authors will most inspire your writing? That's easy. And that is an unpublished author, and that is my father. That's my father. And I'm not going to cry. But my father's work is really good. And I can see his writing in my writing. And that's all I'm going to say. I said I wasn't going to cry. All right. Oh gosh. This is from Angela. Is there a word or phrase that could be written on the back of a book in the synopsis that would signal to you that you have read the book? Mm, I'm sure. I'm sure. If there's like a key phrase or a key word, there's nothing specific, but if something clicks with me, I'm usually good if I've read a book or not. I've got a really decent hard drive memory. So it wouldn't be difficult for me. Like my memory, honest to gosh, all things good and holy, goes back to like when I was 3 or 4 years old. Easy, easy. Because I've made so many great memories with reading, with, my dad taking me to Star Wars and the movies when I was 5. And like, I can recall it like a VHS tape in my head. I don't have a photographic memory at all, but I have like a hard drive where the memories are fresh, if that makes sense. Is there one that would signal that a book is not for you at all and you don't want to even bother? Anything that has to do with like taboo, like incestuous type stuff, no thanks. That's not me. Anything that has to do with domestic violence, I just don't. No thank you. No thank you. It's just not something that I would care to read. Yeah, there's some things that I just don't gravitate to, and absolutely, if I see something like that, I'm like, it's probably not for me. Not that I have any experience with any of that. It's not my cup of tea. Angela continues. Oh, multi-generational saga. Yeah. No offense to the historical fiction people, but that's not me either. Also curious if you've ever read nonfiction. I don't recall you mentioning any nonfiction books before, but I may have been mistaken. Yes, I do enjoy nonfiction quite a bit. I have to be in the mood to read it. I actually have an old video of my top 10 nonfiction books that I read in 2022, I think it was. And there were some good ones out there. Yeah. No, I do enjoy nonfiction. I have to be in the mood. I have to be ready to tackle it on, especially if it's like science-based or something like that. But no, I do. Yeah, for sure. All right. Grape Jelly Library. Flossie, my question is geared towards time management. How many hours per week do you dedicate to social media, work, family, personal time, reading, gym? A lot. Like my reading this week, I told on my Patreon this morning, has completely slacked because of the work that I'm doing with the writing. So, hey, good morning, Flossie. I'm answering your question right now. So, I have to make sure that I'm getting enough sleep. Number one, I have to make sure that I'm resting my mind, I'm resting my brain, I'm resting my body, because I am still going to the gym. I do work a full-time job. I also, read, I film. I'm trying to this weekend try and get like some type of a schedule down. Because the one thing I don't want to have happen is have something that I love go to the wayside. I want to make sure that I have time for everything, but I also have to make sure that I have time to take care of myself. So, and taking care of myself means if I have to sacrifice my morning reading, if you've been with my channel, you know that I like to wake up at stupid o'clock in the morning and get a solid hour to an hour and a half reading in before I go to the gym at 6. That hasn't happened at all this week. I've been sleeping in. I mean, I'm waking up at 10 to 5, but that's sleeping in for me. And just, rolling out of bed, getting dressed, going to the gym. So I'm trying to get those extra winks in to carry me through the rest of the day. So I'm actually probably going to do a video on that on my other channel, Planning This Life, because it is something that I'm dealing with now, and I don't want to hit a brick wall. I want to make sure that I set myself up for success and not burnout. So stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe to my other channel if you're not. Let's catch up with see who's here. Oh, let's see. Thailand is amazing. Yeah, you were there on a freebie trip, weren't you? I remember you telling me. Ollie was there on his honeymoon. I remember you talking about that in your video. Are you writing more stories or have you started a novel? Brian, I went back to school. I'm taking 2 creative writing classes, 2 days a week. And each class is 2 hours. And yes, I'm writing. Yeah. And I'm writing short stories right now. Keep a book journal for specific phrases and ideas from books. Yeah. I was 5 when Star Wars hit in 77. When I saw it when I was 5. My father took me on we had a daddy-daughter day, and we went when it was released, and it's like one of the best freaking memories I have. It's amazing. Amazing. Good morning, Ellis. Thank you. Cool. Yeah, multi-generational just isn't for me. I didn't even know there was a 5 in the morning. Yeah, 4 is even better. Hey, Gola. It has been a while. I'm happy to see you. Hope you're doing well. How's everything in Salem? Yeah, that's gonna be a tough one. I gotta think all that through. Ginger says, I thought 5 a.m. was evil. If I'm a lucky big girl, let me sleep till almost 7 on my days off. I don't know how your eyes open. Yeah, and then I actually stay up until like 10 o'clock at night. I go to sleep at 10, so it's crazy. Yeah, I know. I'm working on it. I'm trying to balance it. When I write, I tried to give myself a word count goal each night, and it got me through my 2 novels. Yeah, I have a little thing that I picked up to help with my writing, and it's actually like it's really, really good. Like I wrote 3,000 words in the last week, which with all of that, with work and YouTube and fitness and everything, it's like amazing. I got it all done. I feel you on the sleep. I say, oh gosh, yeah, that's not good. No, your body needs to rest. Your brain needs to heal every single day. It needs to regenerate. 8 in the morning is plenty for me. Well, you're retired, aren't you, Jim? Gave myself a goal because I wrote half a book about 20 years ago and it just got left. Yeah. Hey, Christopher, good to see you. All right, let's get to some more questions. It's so lovely seeing you all here. I have to tell you, you all make my heart flutter. Okay. Celeste from Bookbound Weirdo asks, what is something you'd love to do on BookTube that you've never done before? For BookTube, I think I would love to go like shopping, like do a whole vlog, but go somewhere to do it. Like travel to that little bookie town in New York, or vlog if I go out of state or out of the country on like, book travels, free libraries, bookstores, whatever. I would love to take you all along with me there instead of just like showing you a picture. That'd be cool. Jim, I work every day. I have no plans to retire. Oh, no plans to retire? Come on. That's the goal for me, man. Peter, it isn't fun watching a live stream when you are uploading a video. When I upload videos, it makes my internet freeze. Oh, well, you don't have to watch it. How many and what kind of tags should you use? Oh, you want to use tags in your video that are relative to your video and that are trending. So I'd fill them up, use as many as you can that describes your video, and to see what other type of videos are out there similar to your content that you could pull those tags. Yeah. If your heart isn't fluttering, maybe, oh wait, I'm sorry. If your heart isn't fluttering, maybe you need more sleep. No, maybe I need more caffeine. Retirement is like skipping school every day. It's glorious. I have my countdown clock, and my countdown clock tells me that I have 4 years and 1 month left. I'm good with that. That'll fly by. And then you guys will get a heck of a lot more of me. How's that? All right, let's get back to some questions. All right, bye, Ollie. Thanks for popping in. See ya. Okay. Gareth asked me, if you did a deep dive on an author and decided to cover every book they had written on the channel, who would it be? A deep dive? I think it would have to be Neil. I think it would have to be Neil. No, wait, let me see. Now, I had another author when I answered you back in the comment. but I don't have it now. To cover every book they had written on the channel. If it's not Neil Gaiman, it might have to be Joan Didion. She's a favorite. But I think I had a different answer that I wanted to tell you, and I don't have it now. So there's that. All right. Next. Okay. This is from the @ things come up, so I'm not too sure. It's at Shara Melton. Yes, I have a couple questions for you. What field of work do you do for a profession? Can be super general, of course. I can't really say. I can't really say until 4 years and 1 month have gone by, and then you guys, I'll tell you whatever you want to know. But yeah, so I like Dave and Olive think that I'm like a super spy. I appreciate that. You know, whatever what job do you think I might have? How's that? But yeah, I can't talk about work, unfortunately. And plus, you wouldn't want to know, anyways. All right. What is one thing you would change about BookTube community if you could? If I could, I would want to connect I would want to have like a focal point, because it seems as if, okay, we have a corner over here, and then there's like a whole other section over here. And then wait, but there's all these people over here. But wait, there's all these people over here. And there's no cords that connect any of us, right? So if we could have somewhere, someplace, something to just have all the different channels kind of meet up like virtually, or have like a connection or something, that would be fantastic. Because I think BookTube is just such a massive place that I think of it honestly as an East Coast, West Coast thing. So I'm on the East Coast, and in my head, all of my friends are on the East side of BookTube. But then there's a whole other West Coast that I really don't know that much about. Like, I just found a channel the other day that has like 250 subscribers, and I've never heard of it before. It just popped in my suggested, things to watch. And I was like, huh, never heard of them, but I watched it and I subscribed. All right. So that's that question. Next. We're getting through these slowly. Alan from Big Hard Books and Classes asked me, are you in contact with any grade school friends? No, I'm not in contact with anyone from grade school. I'm also not in contact with anyone from high school. And I also didn't have any friends when I was in college. So I'm a lone wolf, baby. Criminali is going hunting. He's going hunting? Oh, shoot. Gotcha. Nice one. I called that countdown clock the KMA clock. KMA clock. KMA. Oh, kiss my ass clock? Yeah. Yeah. Good morning and congratulations. Thank you, Sue. Appreciate it. What made you decide to go back to school and write? Gola asked me. The feedback that I got on my garbology story. Yeah. That was it for me. That told me that this is my philosophy. And I know, Scout, if you're here, you asked me a question about philosophy. So yes, I do believe in philosophy. And this is a philosophy that I have, is that some things are presented to you at a very early age. And for whatever reason, you don't buy into it. You don't pursue it. You don't think that it's for you. But it's in front of you for a reason. And that happened to me. So I don't want to get into like a whole thing about it. There's a video out there about, my new chapter or whatever. But there were signs in my life leading me up to this. And whatever you believe in, I believe that everyone has a soul path. Okay. It's your inner being. It's your soul. It's a part of why you're here and what you're meant to do. And I truly believe with all of my heart that writing is a part of why I'm here and what I'm supposed to do. So it kind of solidified it for me to get back on track when I got the feedback from my garbology story. And that's basically it. So that's what got me here. All right. Ooh, can't talk about it. I'm going super spy. Okay, cool. I like a super spy. MJ has to wait for the statute of limitations to pass before discussing her job. Forget about it. That's right. Did MJ just quietly confirm that she works for the laboratory from Stranger Things? Maybe. Maybe I do. I'm in Fred's laboratory. Fred, your laboratory is so cool. I think it's great you're getting back to school for writing. Congrats on that. Thanks, Fred. Fred, I have to message you. There was a TikTok video that I saw with plants and music that blew me away. I don't know if you've ever seen it, but I'm going to send you a message about that. I think MJ is the personal chef, confidant, hair consultant for John Bon Jovi. She signed an NDA when she went to work for him. I saw him in concert when I was in high school. That's about it. Read by Fred. Read by Fred's awesome. Okay. Read by Fred is the first channel I ever shouted out. One of the first. Him and Ritual of Reading. Those are the only two that are still up and operational. There's more relational philosophies concerned with personal feelings and thoughts than there's academic philosophy. I tried to join the two. Cool. She's Simon LeBron's private secretary. No. 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 You're funny, Gareth. All right, let's see. Oh, Pat. Okay, Pat sent me a paragraph of questions. Let's go. Gosh. All right. Was there someone or several people who helped you get started when you first joined BookTube? No, there was nothing and no one. What I did was I watched YouTube creation advice videos. I watched vidIQ. I watched TubeBuddy. I watched, gosh, I can't think of the other guy. He's got curly hair. But channels that would tell you tips, tricks, how to get your channel set up for optimization, how to prepare your content, how to, trends that are going on, all kinds of stuff like that. So not BookTube related, but YouTube related. I wanted to educate myself. I wanted to learn the software before I started putting out videos. I wanted to know, what time is best for people. I wanted to learn all of that on the back end. So when I started putting out a project, it would be easier, and my first video, I filmed it vertically instead of horizontally. So, you could see how well that went. But every video, you keep getting better. That's the only advice I could give is that, you never stop learning. There's always something new with YouTube for sure. Next, she asked, what kind of reader were you as a small child? Was there any particular book that caused you to fall in love with reading? Yes, it's Alice in Wonderland. And Alice in Wonderland, the record and the book that came with the record got me to read. I remember the exact moment where it clicked. I can recall I was outside. I had one of those little portable record players that you had as a kid. I don't know if you cranked it up or you had batteries in it or whatever. It played the record and I'm following along with the words and it just clicked in my head. And I'm like, this is awesome. And as a small child, golden books were my jam. I used to play library while my mom was watching soap operas. My mom was a stay-at-home mom, and I would play library with my golden books, and I would loan them out to my imaginary friends, and then do all that. So I've been on track my whole life with books and reading, basically. Was there any? Okay, we know your favorite genres. Are there any genres you tend to avoid? History, no offense to all the history readers out there. I know you love it. It's just not for me. Historical fiction, I shy away from. And I'm going to say that's it. I like contemporary fiction. Chick lit, I'm not a chick lit person. So I shy away from that too. How has BookTube influenced me as a reader? BookTube allowed me to get back to me, if that makes sense. So BookTube, prior to BookTube, I was one of those people that would go through the New York Times bestseller list, look through all of the prize nominations, read all of the books in the prize nominations, whether it be the Man Booker Prize or the National Book Award, and I would want to read all those. So I knew, who the winner would be, who the finalist would be, et cetera, et cetera. No one in my friend circle, no one in my family reads but me, bottom line. So I was very, not snobby, but I wanted to know, I wanted to know the things that people in my group didn't, right? So the Man Booker Prize, I would say, hey, did it, and people, it would just go right over people's heads. So I was a little bit more on the snobby side, I guess. And BookTube allowed me to get back to the genres that I love. When I was in high school, I fell in love with horror. Clive Barker rocked my world back then. I started reading Stephen King when I was in college with Night Shift, but I never finished it. And I still have a copy up here that I haven't finished. But horror was where it was at for me. It wasn't thriller. It wasn't, Sweet Valley High or anything like that. It was Clive Barker. He was the one. And when I came back on BookTube and I saw that people liked the same stuff that I did, I was like, whoa, And it wasn't until, honest to gosh, right hand up to God, it wasn't until I stumbled on Ollie's channel and I'm like, who is this dude with all of these books that are so out there, that are so weird and so fantastic at the same time? And that was it. I went down a rabbit hole and here I am. So I like to think that I'm a really well-balanced reader. I'm an eclectic reader, but BookTube opened the floodgates for me with all of that. It opened up a brand new world and it got me out of that. I just want to read what all the, book lists are saying to read. Okay. And that was it. All right. So that's it from the community tab. Now let's go over to the video and see what questions are there. I know there's a ton under there. And let's catch up with comments. Read by Fred. Oh, there you go. Wow, Murphy gave you a shout. That's wonderful. I emailed Murphy to interview her and she never got back to me. Sad face. Good. Keep paying it back. That's what community is all about. Keep paying it back. I have booktubers mention my channel when I first started and appreciate it. It's something that I now pay for with community shout outs and tagging smaller channels when I do tags. It's free and people feel good when you do it. Bottom line, why wouldn't you spread good karma, right? Spread the good karma. Gareth says, probably to Fred, you're doing great shout outs with the community tabs, Fred. Yeah. And I love it when we do like hey, this person's at 990. Let's see if we can get them over 1,000. And then it happens. And then we feel like, yeah, we helped. We so help with that. But you know what I love too? I've seen it happen a lot. People are hitting like small milestones on their channels, like newer channels, and they're hitting like 100 subscribers. And they don't realize that I shouted them out. They don't know how to check their mentions or anything like that. And then literally like a year from now, they'll be like, oh my God, I just saw that you shouted out my channel 8 months ago. And I'm like, yeah, hi. BookTube saved me from becoming a book snob. Yes. Yes, it really did. I don't want to be a book snob, but I didn't have anybody to talk books with. So I thought like the only people I could talk books with are snobby people. I'm still paying back MJ for my mentioned $50 a month. She's so cruel. No, I shouted you out way more than once, and you know that because your channel's so awesome. I just woke up. Did I miss the winning lotto numbers? No, you're the winner. Everybody, if you didn't check out some other character's video on Silence from the Lambs with the male gaze, it's chef's kiss. Go check it out. It's something book adjacent, book related, but it's awesome and it's doing really well. Yes, BookTube is awesome. Don't have a lot of people to talk books with in my life, so this helped. It absolutely helps. Before BookTube, I actually tried to start like a blog, but I'm not good at that at all. So I didn't carry on with it. I think I had like one person from Denmark like check out my channel and like my blog, and that was it. And I'm like, I don't think I should do this. I was matching tea with books. So I would read a book and I'd recommend a tea to drink with it. That was my thing. It's not even out there. It's gone. Yes, Carrie. Yes. For sure. All right, let's get to some more quiz. Are you guys having fun? Let me know in the comment section if you're having fun. It's so great seeing everybody here. All right. Okay, we're in the video questions now. So Scout asked me an hour ago, do you have a general opinion on philosophy? I love it. I think everyone should explore the different types of philosophy. Descartes and me, we hit it off when I was a small child because I'm a Pisces. I'm a very imaginative person. I am very emotional. I am very empathetic. I am very creative. And I had very tough time as a kid trying to understand that this world is real. I just did. I'm like, how is this desk here if it's made of small atoms, if it's made of small particles? And that takes me down a rabbit hole. I love tying philosophy with spirituality, with string theory, physics, like just all of that good stuff. You know, I honestly do believe that we're in some type of a simulation. Like, and the big joke is going to be when we die and then we see what's next. But yeah, philosophy near and dear to my heart. Do I have a favorite philosopher? I would say Nietzsche. I liked Nietzsche's vibe when I was in college. And I do have one or two of his books. So, and what do you think about one's ideas in relation to themselves on a personal level? I think that our ideas may not be our own, that everything is a construct, and it may take you longer to get to the point where you were supposed to be. Does that make sense? Like with my whole writing thing, that's what I think. I think that we think we have free will, but I don't think we do. I think everything is planned out, mapped out by the stars, by whatever. But I think we're given the viewpoint that we have free will, but we actually don't. That's just me. Don't unsubscribe because I'm like that. All right. Jess, what is your favorite banned book so far that you read this year? This year, I just read Fahrenheit 451. I don't say that's my favorite though. I'm going to have to say Maya Angelou. Maya Angelou was my favorite this year because I've never cried, like cry, like ugly cry while reading a book until I read I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings. Yeah, that was such a powerful book for me. 100%. Courtney, if you had to Courtney from Tangible Reads, if you had to cut out all other genres, what would be the genre that I would keep? Horror. I would keep horror. Absolutely. Horror, not whore. Horror. Okay. Obscure book adventures. This is Annie. Can you tell me more about how you wrote your short story? So my short story for the Garbology, I had two ideas floating in my head. And I had them percolating for months, like since the day that they announced the Garbology was going to happen up until the day that it was due. I literally sat down. I didn't even sketch it out. I might have jotted down some notes, but I thought about these stories in my head a lot. And I would replay it like a movie in my head. And I sat down, I was one of those people. I think it was the day before New Year's Eve or New Year's Eve. And I just knocked it out. I knocked it out in like 3 hours. And then I stepped away from it. And then I came back to it. And then I had my husband read it. And he's like, yeah, which isn't a lot of, feedback, but he's not a reader. So I had my best friend read it. And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, okay. And then the hardest part was to hit the send button. That was the scariest, one of the scariest moments I've ever had in my life, because you're letting a piece of art go into someone else's experience. And I was like, whoa, like I'll be okay. Like I literally had like panic attacks over it. It was crazy. What writing technique did I use? I don't think I have one. I just wrote. I wrote. I didn't even have like it basically was stream of consciousness. I guess I would say that story is a stream of consciousness type. And I did not have a technique. I did not have an outline. I did not have anything. I knew how it started. I knew how it ended. And then I just had to put it in the middle. I had to work on that. Yeah. What were these are all Annie's questions. What were the most useful tips you got from people, books that helped you write a better story? I haven't really gotten any at that time. But I've got a lot of books. I'm actually going to do a video on my writing books all right here, probably early this week, maybe Tuesday. I'm not sure. I would have to say like my dad is just like the biggest inspiration, and his style is, it's mirrored in mine for sure. Do you have any good tips for people who are totally new to writing? Just do it. Just do it. And the thing is to get into the flow state. Okay. So I've never used the word flow in all my life as I have in the past week, where you sit and you are given a topic or you are given a subject and just write. And it doesn't matter if you have grammatical errors. It doesn't matter if you have spelling errors. This isn't a time for editing. It's a time to channel the information from wherever to your brain to the page. That's it. That's it. Get in that flow state. And I was 1000% in a flow state when I wrote the Garbology story. And I was in a flow state this week when I was, working on more short stories. So it's really important just to allow the process to happen. Don't fight it. The one thing that I caught myself this week, we had an exercise to do on Wednesday, and I caught myself getting not analytical, but overly critical. And I said, shut that off. You have to shut off that piece of your brain and just go with the creativity and just let the words pour out. That's it. That's my one tip. Okay. Some other character says you're on a desert island and only have one book and one movie. What are you choosing? One book and one movie? Is The Lord of the Rings, can that be considered one movie, all three? Because I think that would be it. Gosh. One book. It's got to be something good. I'm on a desert island and I'm choosing one book. God damn it. I'm going to put House of Leaves. Ollie, if you're still there, I'm taking House of Leaves with me because I will have all the time in the world to analyze the shit out of that book. And I'll be able to rip out the pages and put them all different ways and all that. So House of Leaves, highly entertaining, highly frustrating. And maybe just then, maybe I'll figure it out. Yeah, that'll be the one book. So that's my answer. The Lord of the Rings trilogy, extended versions. I want all like 3.5, 4 hours of each film, and House of Leaves. That's it. Bob Freeman, the occult detective. What is your favorite spooky book? My favorite spooky book? Favorite. I'm going to have to say one of the scariest ones that I've read when I first got back into reading for fun was Bird Box. Bird Box was good. Bird Box was the book that I closed and I was actually like nervous and hesitant to open it back up. Like that scared me. That was a good one. I'm going to have to say that's by Josh Mallerman. That was good. That was good. Yeah. I'm going to say Bird Box for now. Cabal? Not Cabal. Is it Cabal by Clive Barker? That's the one. That's the one that I always think back to. Hellraiser too. Hellraiser's really good. I can't just say one, Bob Freeman. All right. Matthew from Man with a Hat Who Reads. What is a book you really enjoyed that you didn't expect to? The Four Winds by Kristen Hanna. I was resistant with it. Historical fiction, not for me. And then something about it caught me. I think the strength of the character is what pulled me in and made me want to keep turning the page. And that was a group read, which helped too, because there were a few of us that read it. So I had that support. And I enjoyed it more than I thought I would. 100%. That was really, really good. And it surprised me because I thought I would hate it. This is from Kite. Who is the author that's an automatic buy for you when a new book releases from them? Neil Gaiman. I don't even have to know the title. Just tell me he's putting out a new book and it's beep, bye. S.A. Crosby, I haven't read him yet, but he's an automatic buy because of all of the great things that people say. Also, my new favorite is Gambino Iglesias. I love his stuff and I can't wait to read his new book when it comes out, or if I can get an ARC. So I'm going to say those three. They're kind of automatic for me right now. Oh gosh, here we go, Oliver. If you had to give up reading or CrossFit, which one would go? I'm going to have to say reading. I'm going to have to say it because CrossFit is going to keep me out of the nursing home. You didn't say audiobooks. You said reading. So yeah, I would have to say reading because CrossFit is going to keep my mind, my physical body healthy. It's going to allow me to stay independent at home for as long as possible. So CrossFit is here to stay, baby. That's it. Sorry. All right. Next, which food is both your and Watson's favorite? Pasta. We love pasta. When I'm making pasta, just the pasta boiling in the water, Watson is right here by the edge of the stove because he knows what's cooking. He's a hound. He detects all of that. I love it. I could probably eat pasta every single day in a million different ways. Crazy concoctions. I love it cold. I love it hot. I love it with sauce. I love it with nothing. I love it, sometimes mixed with tuna or some type of protein. It's just good. It's just good. So that's what I say. All right, let's get to some comments. Oh gosh, we're so far behind. Okay. I think we ended here. Okay, with Beyond Books. Daniel! Some of the character does great videos. Yes, for sure. I'm always matching tea with books, but not publicly. You should do that. Do you do that? Or are you making fun of me? You're making fun of me, aren't you? You only drink one tea, don't you? Don't you drink one kind of tea? Celeste, what's going on? Bonjour. You're welcome. Oh, I love that playing library story from your childhood. Yeah, that's what I did. I would pretend loan out books and I would organize them. I made sure all of the golden books were all lined up top. They made them pretty and everything. But I didn't have any friends to loan them out to, so I would just pretend loan them out to myself. Thank you, Diane. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, great to see you. Thanks so much for stopping in. MJ, what if none of us were real? Your husband locks you in a room. Wait, what? What if none of us were real? Your husband locks you in that room to talk to a blank screen. Worth it. Okay. None of you. Well, really? I mean, are any of us real? I guess we'll find out sooner or later. But yeah. When we die, let's all just get together, okay? I'll say, hey, remember we had that chat a long time ago? Oh, Tim's, too many books. If we are in a simulation, then the software simulating it's very buggy and inefficient. It is. And it's very, there are a lot of viruses and malware in it for sure. But there's something with it. There's something with it. I'm not sure what. There's something with it. Gareth, have you read The Color Purple? That's amazing in a banned book. No, not yet, but I will. Scout, it made sense your answer. I was worried that I didn't word my question well enough. Descartes, that's a name. Very interior name. LOL. Skepticism and all that. Yep. Yep. Oh, Ollie. As one of the few people who's fortunate enough to read MJ's story today, I can confirm you're all in for a treat. Thank you. Gosh, don't be making me get all nervous and breaking out in a sweat with like thousands of people reading my story. Jesus. That's awesome. It's so good when you're not thinking as much and that flow is happening and it's writing. Yes, it's writing itself. Exactly. I thought you'd like that. For anybody that doesn't know, Ollie and I, our first buddy read, which was like 2 years ago, was House of Leaves. And he blew through it. And I just kept saying, what the fuck is going on in this book? And I'm like, what am I supposed to do? It was so frustrating to me, but he ate it up, of course. But that will always be our first buddy read. Not familiar with House of, oh God. It's crazy. Get a used copy. Don't buy a copy. I heard a story that when that book first came out, it came in a box and all of the pages were disassembled. That's how crazy it is. What's the funniest book I've read? It has to be something by David Sedaris. David Sedaris, I absolutely love. I love his personality. I want to do a Japanuary with him. Calypso by David Sedaris is a really, really good one. He has a funny story about being in an airport and something going wrong. But I love his down-to-earth perspective of the world we live in. And he's nonfiction. I'm ramping up to, oh God, I just need to get into the mindset, hit the bottle and whatnot. Well, I will say our buddy Criminale did a great video on how to read House of Leaves. If you want that, if you want to go with the MJ effect, then just go in and prepare yourself for whatever and just be ready to throw it across the room. One day I'll revisit it. One day. Maybe when I'm on that desert island. Give up CrossFit and find another means of exercise. No, I can't. I've done it all. CrossFit is what works for me. Knew it. Of course. I'm going to run laps around all of you in the nursing home, just so you know. Reading and eating donuts could keep you from ever getting into a nursing home. Yeah, because I'll be dead before I get to the nursing home. Good. You didn't feel pressure to say reading. Always honest on here, and that's why you're awesome. Thank you. You're awesome too, buddy. Hey, Bonnie. Nice to see you. Congrats on 3K. Thank you so much. Thanks, Diane. I hope you're doing well. Cool. All right. We're all caught up with comments. Let's see. How are we all doing? We all having fun? Are we having a good time? Okay. Oh, this is from Read by Fred. Congratulations on 3,000. My question is, out of all the books you've read, which fictional character do you think you relate to the most and why? That I relate to the most? I'm going to say The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. And I don't want to do a deep, deep dive in it. And I don't want to spoil it in case anyone's never read it. But I liked it. It's a really, really good book. So basically, there's a girl that is fleeing an arranged marriage, runs into an otherworldly character that makes a deal with her, saying that she can live forever, but no one is going to be able to remember her. So I resonate with her because I find myself as being an unforgettable character a lot of times. I'm not crying. You're crying. I'm not crying. So the invisibility piece, is me from birth to age 40, basically. So yeah, I'm saying that and I'm leaving it there, Fred. Thanks. Daniel, where did your love of horror begin and what keeps you coming back? So I think I talked about this already. I think it had to be Clive Barker. And what keeps me coming back? All of the fantastic writers that are out there that are putting out books. Like Nightworms is fantastic to getting into different writers. There's a couple accounts that I follow on social that just promote all of the new horror books by different writers. The Bram Stoker website is amazing, and the work that they do is really important for the bookish community. So all of that keeps me back. It keeps me coming back. There's so many different avenues that horror can take. You have cozy horror, you have gothic horror, you have space horror, you have vintage horror, you have Lovecraftian horror, you have all of these different elements. You have the horror that is everyday things that take place, but then there's something that's not right. There's just so many different avenues with it. I absolutely love it. So that's my answer. All right. Monty has to run errands, cannot stay. Take care and good luck with the endeavors. Thank you. Simon Le Bon does that, just so you know, Monty. Addie, yes, Addie, very, very much so. And I love the character, I think, is it Lucian? Is it Lucian? I think his name's Luke in the book, but he's the otherworldly type. I want a book with those two together. That's what I want. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. And there's so many levels and so many themes to it. It's just a delight, I'm telling you. Well, thanks, Fred. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, really, really good read. Every time people mention Addie LaRue, I want to point them at Claire North's sudden appearance of Hope. Similar trope, but done as a techno thriller. Ooh, I like that. Techno thriller, kind of cyberpunk. Is that what we're talking about? I like that. Cool. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and those are all the questions that we have. That was kind of fun. I'm going to take a couple sips of my coffee because I'm parched. Was it Lucifer? It wasn't Lucian? Maybe. Probably. But he seems a little on the wimpy side compared to like a Lucifer, He's like Lucifer Jr. Bye, Daniel. Thank you. Oh, I'm writing that book down. Give me a piece of paper. Adding it to the list of books I want to get when I can read them again, when I can buy books again. Let me see, where are we at? Claire North. Cool, thank you. I'm all about like book recommendations too. Yeah. Good stuff. Oh man, and that's been an hour. What else do you guys want to talk about? I could probably go for another half hour. And then I have to get some stuff done, you know what I'm saying? How do you like the new hair? I got new hair. Did you notice? Something different. Needed a change. What's everybody reading? Leave me a comment in the comment section and tell me what you're reading. I'm still reading Salem's Lot. And it's good. But Stephen King, man, his writing really is next level. Like I never really got how next level his writing is until you start taking a class and then you start putting pieces together and you're like, oh God, for sure. Alice, that is a great reason to go. Happy birthday to your grandmom. Oh, that's wonderful. All right. Take care, buddy. Bye, Fred. Thank you. I just started The Heiress by Rachel Hawkins. That sounds good. Ooh, The Time Machine, little H.G. Wells. Cool. Ripley Underground by Patricia Highsmith. Cool. Is that the one? Is that one that Annabella and Ollie were reading this month? Thank you, thank you. The Outsider as apart from The Outsiders. Ollie's reading McBain's. You're supposed to put a Z on the end. Ollie, I have that one McBain if you want a buddy read it. I think it's Evan Hunter, though. Strangers When We Meet. Let me know if you have it. We could buddy read it. I'm reading The Marble Collector by Cecilia Ahern for Irish Readathon. That's wonderful. Oh, I love Dune. Oh, I love Dune. Oh, wait. But wondering if I should keep reading after book 4 or not. So is Dune, the Dune trilogy, right, is the core. And then everything after, do we still call that Dune 2? Or is it like the next, the next progression of Dune? Because when I hear Dune, I think of book 1, 2, and 3. Or are you just on book 1? Book 1 is just, that was my favorite book of 2023. Yeah, it's another king. We haven't gotten to that Ripley yet. Why did I hear I swore I heard somebody use Ripley in a video, or maybe Tim? Did you do a video on that? I don't know. Because I made an association in my brain. I'm reading What Grows in the Dark by Jack Evans. A little YA for me. Nice. I dig that. Cool. I'm on book 1, but okay. Gotcha. I enjoyed book 1. Book 2 is different, but it's still good. I haven't done Children of Dune yet, but I will. And I haven't seen the movie yet because guess what? Nobody I know likes Dune. So it's just me. And I'm going to have to wait until it comes out on like a streaming service to watch it. Wah, wah. Can we have like a booktube village where we could all just like live close to each other? We could all like hang out. That'd be great. Can we make that happen, please? There's 6 Ripley books. We read one this month, but not that. Oh, okay. That's probably where I heard it then. All right. Planning a Ripley video to coincide with the new TV series with Andrew Scott. Okay, cool. Nice. I'm going off topic, but I heard they named they made an offer to a new James Bond. Is anybody's world shook over that? I don't even know who the actor is. He's not who I thought it would be. I don't know what I'm going to read next. Well, actually, I do. I have two books for the BookTube prize I have to wrap up this week. And it sucks because I can't talk about those books, I feel Dune is mandatory theater watch unless you have a fancy sound system. I don't know. I saw a review of Dune for Tony Visconti. You know Tony Visconti, collaborator with Bowie. He saw it in an IMAX video and said that it was a little too much in an IMAX version. Too many booms. The soundtrack was great to coincide with the different explosions and stuff like that. But he honestly said that he thinks a smaller screen would be more palpable. That's just his opinion. But I can get that. I don't even know the last movie that I went to see in the movies. It might have been Belfast, and that was 2 years ago, I think. Aaron Taylor Johnson is a rumored Bond. I saw someone else. Who did I see? Is that who that person is? Let me Google them. What was that person in? I don't even know who he is. Yeah, that's him. I'm not, you know, I'm not over the moon about it, but I don't even know who he is. But aesthetically speaking, I don't know. I have to see him in a suit, I guess. See if he cleans up well. I can't believe there's 1 week left of March. And then we're rolling into April. My gosh. A lot of good readathons going on in March. And I think there's going to be some good ones in April too. I think I'm participating in one. Gareth, if you're still here, are you doing an event in April? I thought you were. I'm not sure though. It's good. Everybody's quiet now. All right. Do you think we should wrap this up? Is there anything else you want to talk about? Kate Middleton, thank God. We've got the word as to how she's doing and everything. No offense, but I think the way that it was handled by the British press, thumbs down. Thumbs down. But the TikTok conspiracy theories were lit. They made my work week sometimes. Hello, Rumpus. What's going on? How are you? So let's see. Tomorrow is Support Small Booktube. My writing journey continues. I opened up memberships on my channel for the hardcore Reading This Life people and the people that want to know what's going on with my writing life. That's the place where you're going to be able to find out that information. Let's see. I told you about the writing books video that I'm going to be putting out. I'm also going to I have on my Patreon, I do 2 videos exclusive to Patreon only. So I'm going to be filming that one today. So they're getting the best books that I read on Goodreads, as well as the worst books that I've read according to Goodreads. Let's see. Oh, hi, Dave and Olive. You caught the end. Hi, Diane. Thank you. You too. Thanks, Dave and Olive. Hey, good to see you. Aw, thanks. That's okay. That's what replays are for. Yeah, but no, it's good. So the weekends, really on the weekends, I get all of my booktube stuff in order and my Planning This Life stuff in order. And if you didn't catch my last video on Planning This Life, it's all about transparent sticky notes. Do you know the joys of transparent sticky notes? They're amazing. They're so amazing. Like, I love them. Like, too much, I think. Look at it. Dave and Olive, I sent you a pack. It's like the best filter ever. Available at the dollar store. So make sure you check that out if you haven't seen it. And then I got a piece of tech for my writing that I'm all in on it, but I'm probably going to do a full review on that at some point. Oh, that's okay. Better late than not here. How's that? Alan, I answered your question earlier. You're going to have to watch the replay. Wait, what? You didn't know? Go to my other channel, Planning This Life, and watch the video. I do a whole how it happened, where you can get them, what kind of pen to use on them. Check it out. There's a link for my channel in the description box, I think. Dave, sometimes I'm late, especially when there's a time switch, right? Oh, they're just out of this world. But Al Ohm told me not to use them in like good vintage copies because it will do something to the ink and or the paper if you have like the glue on there. So he said, just be mindful if you're going to use them on like really, antique paper or anything like that. Yes! If you love office supplies, do it. That is my other fun. I love office supplies and pens and paper and all of that. I simply love it. The simple things in life, you know? And we are an interesting bunch for sure. Two of my coworkers are pen people. And whenever we get a new pen, we always buy like 2 or 3 and then we pass it along and share and, give our thoughts about the pen and all that. We're good people. Ollie, that's the second time you're saying goodbye now. So bye. See you later. He didn't want to miss out. He had FOMO. Oh, and then this is on there too. So I picked up Rocket Books, right? Rocket Books are notebooks that have some type of a special paper that you can reuse. So all of this writing, all of these notes, you scan with your phone. There's a QR code here, and it keeps a digital copy. And then with a wet rag, it wipes clean like an eraser board. And then you can just let it dry and use it again. So I'm going to film an update on this for the Planning This Life channel, just showing everybody how it wipes clean and all that. Oh, me too. Me too. My dad was a collector of fountain pens. Not a collector, but he had a bunch, and I still have his. But I'm such a klutz. And I never want to spill ink or make it messy. I used to use these things. Do I have any here? This is the one fountain pen that I treated myself to. And it's just it's a cross pen. And I like it because it has just the cartridges that you can use on it. But the cartridges have blue-black ink, which is chef's kiss. I love that. Oh, I love it. Absolutely love it. True, Gareth. At least I'm not late to my own show. Correct. I didn't have biscuits here. No, I'm good on my shows. Gareth and the biscuits. MJ let me down. What? MJ not. Nah, MJ let down the biscuit god. What? It's the 11:15. My fingers are constantly inky. It's not the fingers, it's like the mess with the paper. That's what drives me nuts about it. But there's a couple channels that I love. Ursula's odds and something. She does pen reviews, fountain pen reviews sometimes, and the Nerdy Narrative. Her pens and inks are just amazing. Amazing. Like, I'm covetous of people that collect the different inks and the pens, and then they have like a theme for the month and all that. Ugh, I'm telling you, could go down a rabbit hole. Oh yeah, you're so far ahead. Never too early for biscuits. Well, I had a protein Pop-Tart, if that counts. Yeah, they make them now. It's a Pop-Tart, and it was double chocolate, and there's sprinkles on top, and you stick it, in the little microwave for like 10 seconds to warm it up. And then there's the gooey chocolate filling on the inside, but there's 20 grams of protein and 3 carbs and 2 grams of sugar, and it's all good. And it tastes like a Pop-Tart. Wait, what? An unbreakable pencil for Christmas? Wow. I have to Google that. What is an unbreakable pencil? That reminds me of Roy Reads Anything. Roy Reads Anything would tell me about the pencils that he would get. I can't think of the name, but they have like the square eraser head on top. Cool. No, it's not a hobnob. I know. I can't get it. I have to order hobnobs. I can't get them over here. They don't sell them in the store. Oh God, it's so good. I bought myself a double chocolate and then I bought myself a cinnamon sugar. That's really good too. That's a good one. And then when you put it in the microwave, it just gets warm enough where the inside gets a little goopy and with a cup of coffee, it's really good. But they're expensive. That's the only thing. Like eating healthy is so expensive sometimes. Like it's insane. And you think it should be the opposite, right? But it's not. The FDA doesn't care about our health. Rubbery bendable pencils. I don't remember a bendable pencil. I remember mechanical pencils. I remember all the eraser tops, but I don't remember a bendable pencil. Flossie! Game over. Yeah. Good stuff. Good stuff. You guys are having a show this week, right? Has it been a fortnight? Has it? Flossie, I got that thing in the mail last week that you did a video on. Rocking my world. It is rocking my world, girl. No. Did you not mean to put that? So I think for the rest of the day, I'm going to, I have to do some domestic stuff. Domestic stuff means, got to run the vacuum and like tidy up, make sure the desk is all good and everything. And then going to probably film one more. I might film Support Small Booktube today, film it for tomorrow. So then I'll get that out of the way. And then it's going to be reading and writing. And then there's basketball. Do you know it's March Madness? Do you know why March Mystery Madness is called March Mystery Madness? Because of March Madness. Well, in my household, we're very basketball oriented because my husband coaches basketball and he used to be a basketball player. So his team is playing at 5. So we're going to be going somewhere to watch the game. I've got a brunch at 10, getting hungry. Well, that sounds good. What are you having for brunch? Love that. I like a good brunch, but I can't eat like dinnery type of meals at brunch. I can't do it. I got to stay with breakfast. I just have to. I can't go breakfast and then go over here and have some salmon and pasta. I can't do it. The thought of what's going on in my stomach just ruins my appetite. Biscuits. Go Ducks. Yeah. Tar Heels. My husband's a Tar Heel fan, so they're playing at 5. My team won last night, Duke. So biscuits. Biscuits are lovely. Oh, everyone, I think we're wrapping up. So thank you so much for hanging out with me. Thanks for your support. Thanks for the comments. Thanks for the questions. I hope you all got to learn a little bit more about me and what's going on based on the questions that you asked. It's been amazing. This has been an amazing part of my life. And, I hope that we're all going to be here till we hit the retirement home. How's that? All right. Sometimes they're not, though. Sometimes they're not. But John Shire, he's a good coach. He knows what he has to do. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. You too. You're welcome. Thank you. Thanks, Erie. Thanks so much for all your support. You guys are amazing. That's amazing. That's amazing. Congrats to you. And you need to do a 1,000K Q&A. You know that, right? Yeah, you totally need to do that. And that's crazy because it took a lot of us a hell of a lot longer to get to 1K. So good on you. Thank you. Thanks, Christopher. I appreciate it. Thanks, buddy. I'll message you. Yeah. Mount Rumpus is great. Big hugs back for sure. All right, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your day. Have a wonderful weekend. I will catch you in my next video, whether that be sooner or later. So until next time, goodbye for now. And thank you so much if you're watching on the replay. Talk to you soon.